really don't know what's going on underwater, especially when we have tsunamis or landslides or underwater volcanoes. It's a matter of luck. Invisible earthquake caused mysterious 2021 tsunami, scientists find. They say some tsunami-generated earthquakes are invisible to our monitoring systems. The mysterious source of a global spanning tsunami that spread as far as 6,000 miles or 10,000 kilometers from its epicenter was an invisible earthquake. This is according to a new study find. In August of 2021, an enormous tsunami ripped out into the North Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. Okay, so this is the map NOAA shows us. It was the first time a tsunami had been recorded in 3 different oceans since the catastrophic 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake. So you can see how huge, look at this, it takes 3 oceans. Now, at the time, scientists thought that it was caused by a 7.5 magnitude earthquake detected near the South Sandwich Islands. We just recently had, we have a lot of activity there. It's basically between Australia and Antarctica. Scientists thought it was originally caused by a 7.5 magnitude earthquake near South Sandwich Islands, a British overseas territory in the southern Atlantic Ocean. But not everything was what it seemed. Scientists were baffled to find that the supposed epicenter of the earthquake was 30 miles or 47 kilometers below the ocean floor, which is far too deep to cause a tsunami, and that the tectonic plate rupture that spawned it was nearly 250 miles long, 400 kilometers long. That kind of rupture should have caused a much larger earthquake. Now, a new study published February 8th in the journal Geophysical Research Letters revealed that the earthquake was actually a sequence of 5 subquakes separated in time by mere minutes, and the third of these mini-quakes, a shallower individual earthquake hidden in the data and missed by monitoring systems at the time, was actually an 8.2 magnitude quake responsible for the tsunami. The third event is special because it was huge and it was silent. This is what Zejia, seismologist, California Institute of Technology, said. In the data, he said, we normally look at for earthquake monitoring, it was almost invisible. The researchers were able to retrieve the third quake signal from the tangle of seismic waves by chopping up the data into longer 500-second chunks and using an algorithm to tease out its constituent parts. Only then did the 200-second quake, which Gia said made up 70% of the energy released during the entire event, appeared. This hidden quake, which ruptured a 125-mile long or 200-kilometer long interface between 2 plates, took place just 9.3 miles or 15 kilometers beneath Earth's surface, an ideal depth to spawn a tsunami, he said. The researchers say that the earthquake stayed hidden because it was a hybrid between 2 types of ocean earthquakes, the deep rupture type that results from a sudden slipping of plates, and a slow tsunamigenic slip created by a much slower, sometimes weeks-long grinding of one plate against another. Slow slip earthquakes can release just as much tectonic activity and energy as a high magnitude earthquake, but their slow pace, alongside the fact that they don't cause any pronounced seismic shaking, can often make them hard to detect. In fact, most earthquakes and tsunami warning systems tend to focus on tracking the short to medium periods of seismological waves, leaving waves with longer periods which are still capable of generating life-threatening tsunamis buried inside the data, Gia said. The researchers want to change this and have set out a long-term goal to design a system that can automatically detect and warn coastal regions about more complex tsunami-causing quakes in which the same way that current systems do for simpler ones. So with these complex earthquakes, the earthquake happens and we think, oh, that was not so big, so we don't have to worry. And then the tsunami hits and causes a lot of damage. Judith Hubbard, geologist at Earth Observatory of Singapore, said, who was not involved in the study, saying this study is a great example of how we can understand how these events work and how we can detect them faster so we can have more warning in the future. And this was originally published on Live Science by Ben Turner. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.